Hey, menopause metabolism makeover folks. So this week I wanted to talk a little bit about sleep. So some of you have heard me talk about sleep before, and I've been talking a lot about it. I don't know if it's because in my neck of the woods the sun is up later and it's summer and maybe we're doing different things, we're not getting the sleep. Sometimes we drink a little bit more alcohol, cocktails, and that disrupts sleep. So even though we're sleeping, we're not getting restorative sleep. So I'm having a lot of conversations about sleep the past couple of weeks, and I wanted to get on here and give you guys an opportunity for a little quiz. So a lot of times I will say to people, so how's your stress level? And people are like, oh no, everything I have no stress going on this week at all. And when I hear people say I have no stress going on, that typically means to me that their environment hasn't presented them with anything super stressful. It doesn't mean that their stress management techniques are super duper. So I usually kind of probe a little bit more. So what I want to, and this is where I usually probe, is to how are we sleeping? So here's a quiz for you guys as to how are your sleep habits going and how well rested do you feel when you wake up? So here's the couple of questions for you guys to ask yourself. Are you going to bed at the same time every night? And are you waking up relatively at the same time each morning? Okay. Do you wake up feeling well rested? Okay. And do you wake up during the evening? How long does it take you to fall asleep? And do you put yourself to bed or do you fall asleep in front of the TV? So ask yourself those questions, okay? And so I'll give you, some time to kind of answer those for yourself. Take that quiz, and give yourself a point. We went no points. We went no points. So give yourself a point for a different bedtime. Give yourself a point for a different wake up time. Give yourself a point for falling asleep in front of the TV. Give yourself a point for interrupted sleep. If you have to get up to go to the bathroom, but then you come right back to sleep, that's not super interrupted sleep, okay? Just to be clear, interrupted sleep is if all of a sudden you're awake and you're struggling to get back to sleep. And then give yourself a point for if you do not feel well rested when you wake up, okay? So we wanna try to get 0. We want a score of 0. So see how you measure up this week, and then see if you can make any modifications to any of those things. If you're really struggling to make modifications to those things, it may be an indicator that your stress management skills, even though you're like, oh no, I'm not stressed out, I'm totally fine. It's a really good kind of window into how your body is reacting to the stress. So even if you think you've got it managed, it is a good indicator as to the inner workings of your body telling you stuff. So try to make some modifications. If you come in at a 5, let's see if you can't get to a 4. Came in at a 4, get to a 3. See if you can reduce those numbers as time goes on. If you are really struggling, we want to take a solid look at your stress management techniques. That is a good, that's a good indicator for okay, it's really not about your sleep, it is about stress management. So good luck with your sleep, and we'll see what we can do. And yes, menopause makeover group, yes, there are hormonal disruptions that do interrupt sleep, which is what we always think, oh, it's the hormones. And while yes, when we have a well-balanced day, when we're well rested, when we get quality sleep, that's when the body gets to reset all of those stress hormones that get released or elevated during the day. So it's a big picture. We can't really call the shots with the endocrine system all the time, but what we can do is give it a little bit of stability so that when it does shoot up and come back down, if it's coming from kind of a stable day, those up and downs will be minimized, okay? When it comes from a very erratic day where we don't get quality sleep, we don't eat well, we don't move, we have aches and pains, our mood is altered, then we're really gonna start to feel those hormonal shifts and swings that they start to try to overcompensate for other things going on in our day. So we wanna kind of control that. So start with the sleep. Okay, it's like there's lots to talk about with sleep, but start with the sleep. And if you can't seem to get those numbers down, shoot some questions over and we can kind of troubleshoot as to where you could put your best efforts so that you can have your body restore itself and maybe potentially even show up to a stressful situation with some tools that work a little bit better for the inside of your body. All right. Let me know how it all works for you. I always want to hear the feedback. And again, shoot questions if you're like, I can't get my number to come down. Let me know. All right, group, enjoy the week.